When it comes to beef, hip-hop is a war of words, and today, almost everyone is saying ops.
Can't be put in a box, gotta move on the ops. Never got the move on the drop.
New York, I'm in the rock, what? Hide it in my sock, what? Running from my up, what? And I shoot that up.
Cause I'm on the block, I'm looking for the ops.
Op is an abbreviation for opposition, basically defined as the people you're going up against. Genius data shows that the root word, opposition, has been appearing in rap for decades, going back to as early as the mid-1980s with New York rapper LL Cool J's Rock the Bells. As well as California's Dr. Dre in 1995.
But I ain't no politician, no competition, sending all opposition to see a mortician.
But op appearing in rap lyrics is actually relatively new. From 2011 until 2015, op's yearly mentions remained in the dozens, but exploded into the hundreds after 2016. Why? Well, the data yields one plausible reason: the influence of Chicago's drill music scene. The first lyrical mention of op came in 2011 from Chicago rapper Chief Keef's cut, John Madden.
Gotta stop, fuck nigga, we don't fuck with ops. Don't fuck with cops, snitch niggas get in, bang, bang.
Here's another Chief Keef cut from 2012.
See ops, we pull our glocks out. All hotels pop out.
As well as Lil Reese's Us off of his debut mixtape Don't Like.
Fuck a op, we send shots, nigga. Bullets coming non-stop, nigga.
From 2012 to 2014, op was used almost exclusively by Chicago rappers. The first lyrical mention by a non-Illinois artist came in 2013 from Houston's Maxo Cream.
Seen the op in a drop, caught his ass slipping, hopped out, tried to stall out, but he missed me.
Genius has covered the influence of Chicago's rap scene and specifically Chief Keef in the past. The data shows us that it's fair to ascribe the prevalence of op to the Windy City. From the boom in 2016, ops was off to the races, with everyone saying it. From Lil Uzi Vert,
All my enemies and my ops, they getting buried. All my enemies and my ops, they getting buried.
to Kendrick Lamar's surprise appearance on 2019's Revenge of the Dreamers 3.
I woke up for some money. Hey, little bitch. Too many ops here. Tell me who you with. Hey.
But lingo aside, in some cases the ops weren't just people hating on the internet.
It's changed the way the music felt because I was seeing the real cost of some of this violence.
That's Josh McGee, a journalist for the Chicago Reporter. He's written dozens of stories about slaying young men during the city's ongoing gang crisis. Notably this piece on rapper L.A. Capone, one of the earliest artists to use op.
Them op-ass niggas be quick to duck. Got a homie named Mac, he'll line you up. One false move, boy, and then nine is up. Fuck all our money, let us be climbing up.
Josh told us what it was like speaking with Capone's mother after the rapper's death.
I watched her throw away a birthday cake she had just purchased for him. She's never giving over this. She's never going to recover from the loss of her son, even if his music lasts forever.
Genius found that of the many Chi-Town rappers who were amongst the first to use op, a lot of them have died in Chicago's ongoing gang crisis, a seemingly endless cycle of small feuds, violence, and retribution, sometimes exacerbated by the music. From Lil Jojo, gunned down in September 2012,
Show no mercy for up, that's what my guys do. I'm insane, bitch, check my tattoo.
to most recently Lil Mr. shot dead in March 2019.
If you with the ops, you can get banged. A new 40 with a 30, you can get banged.
In fact, the city recently had its most violent weekend of 2019. Effectively, for these artists, the ops were people in their own neighborhoods, not some folks hating on the internet. But Josh believes that the blame for Chicago's struggles stretches further than slang and drill.
There's been a massive disinvestment on the south and west side that's been happening over decades. There's been the closing of more than 50 schools on the south and west side. There's been the ending of anti-violence programs. And there's been the cutting of social services in Illinois.
But there are people who are trying to change things, like Chicago community activist Parrish Tree Brown.
In the 7-year period of me being in this wheelchair, I've lost 14 friends.
In 2012, Tree was shot while in a car on Chicago's west side. The bullets left him paralyzed below the waist. He told us how much of a struggle it was to not seek retribution.
Me feeling like, oh, I want to kill, and just like all that, I just realized like, man, I need to just let this go. So I let it go and started living my life after that.
Tree works at Good Kids Mad City, an organization whose work runs the gamut from teaching gunshot first aid to children to restorative justice.
Restorative justice can help youth learn how to resolve issues and fix harm without actually harming others in the process.
But like Joshua said earlier, unless the system is fixed, finding a solution will be difficult.
When you leave us with little to nothing, and I can get a gun quicker than I can get a job, what the outcome is going to be?
As for op, well, Tree isn't a fan of its usage.
They were really speaking on people who they felt in their heart and soul were their enemies.
While these Chicago artists were often rhyming about personal rivals in their own neighborhoods, like any slang, it's grown far beyond its birthplace.
Yeah, okay, I'm in pocket now. Believe don't say much, there be ops around.
I got 2 twin Glocks, turn you to a dancer. I see 2 twin ops, leaving one a band.
Ops is people that I be hating, and I don't even know them.
And while Chicago isn't the only music scene fraught with violence, it's fair to say that the term has become a reflection of a culture with real-life consequences. I'm Jacques Morel with Genius News, bringing you the meaning and the knowledge behind the music. Peace.